So what is going on, everybody? Thank you so much for joining me for today's video. Hopping right on into today's content. Today we're going to finally talk about, showcase, and share the Harley Benton guitar that is heavily inspired by the Jim Root Fender Stratocaster. Now, before we start talking, all I ask of you is that if you're brand new to my channel or you've yet to subscribe, be sure to do so before you leave, alright? On your way out, be sure to subscribe. Thank you so much in advance. This channel is awesome, and you guys are awesome, always constantly showing up and just interacting with these videos. And at the time of this filming, we're so close to 70,000 subscribers. That's amazing, man. So thank you guys so much in advance for just helping out, alright? So yeah, dude, so the official name of this guitar, looking at my computer screen over here, is the Harley Benton ST-2020HH Active SBK. Don't you forget it. So on the Thomann website, this guitar retails for $124 US. That's it, man. That's not a lot of money at all, you know what I mean? So these guitars are really, really affordable. But just because they're affordable, let's find out if they're of any sort of value, you know what I mean? We have a poplar body, bolt-on construction, maple neck. We have two active HBZ humbuckers here. A Rosa Sur fretboard, if I'm saying that correctly. I'm not exactly sure what that means, but yeah, that's the type of wood or material for the fretboard. Hardtail, string through, three-way, one volume. I mean, it looks pretty awesome, you know? And just some regular old die-cast tuners. So for today's video, first thing I want to do is I want to do a quick little demo song. I feel like jamming, you know what I mean? This guitar is tuned down to drop C, and I'm going to be using the STL Tones Tonality Will Putney Suite for the demo, because I really want to focus this video on doing stuff that is budget friendly. I don't really think it's feasible, or not feasible, I don't think it's smart, for lack of a better description, to like put this guitar through like a $4,000 or $5,000 rig. I think that's kind of counterintuitive. Most people who are looking for these guitars are doing everything on a budget, so I want to use some plugins for this video. Alright, so I hope that makes sense. But yeah, dude, let's jam. So this guitar does phenomenally in a mix, in a jam. You can certainly create some music and make a lot of noise, good noise, with this guitar. Now, I'm not naive to the fact that I know a lot of you guys, a ton of you guys, in my unboxing video with this guitar said that the noise problems that are coming from Harley Benton guitars is coming from real tube amplifiers, alright? I personally, at the time of that unboxing, was not aware of that. I thought it was just the grounding issues were just from no matter what you plugged it into, you know what I mean? But apparently, it was from plugging it into tube amplifiers. And I was like, alright, cool, so no big deal. So what I did, I already filmed it, but I want to show you guys, is I took my Mesa Boogie DC3 combo amp, I set it up right next to me, and I want to let you guys know I had no grounding or extreme buzzing noises from an actual tube amplifier. So here's that clip right here. Alright everybody, so this part of the video is going to be really fast. This is just the experiment to see if this Harley Benton guitar has any sort of noise problems and or grounding issues with a real tube amplifier. I'll let you guys know that there was no sort of noise problems with the plug-in, but a lot of you guys said, hey, plug it into a real tube amplifier, and then, you know, that'll be a more accurate representation to see if there's any sort of noise problems. So this amplifier right here, just to my left, is a Mesa Boogie DC3 combo amp from the 90s, okay? So this is just a run-of-the-mill, just regular combo amplifier. That's not too expensive, but it is all tube, alright? So it is up, loaded, good to go. I'm not going to be doing any sort of like formal recording or like miking. I'm just going to be picking up the room volume, just let you guys know, you know, if there's any sort of noise problems. Anyway, I'm done talking. Let's just turn it up and just see what happens. So no noise. No noise whatsoever. And if I jam, no noise whatsoever. No buzzing, no grounding issues. It's not really microphonic or anything like that. You know, it's not picking up any sort of, you know, noise. It's just the ambient noise of not having a noise gate on, you know, a guitar amplifier. And if I jam, let's just play a song real quick. No noise whatsoever. If I turn up even louder, no noise. So that's cool, man. So no grounding issues with this Harley Benton guitar. No, none. So as you can see, yes, there's some actual noise from the guitar, but that is just from the ambient noise of the guitar being electric and, you know, running through, you know, a tube amp through a real amplifier. But there is no like grounding or like that uncontrollable feedback and or noise. It's just normal noise that can be easily fixed with like a noise gate or just, you know, technique, you know what I mean? So this guitar, A+, rest assured there's no grounding issues from this particular model. Now take everything I'm saying with a grain of salt. This could just be a case-by-case basis. I'm not too sure. I'm not too familiar with Harley Benton guitars in general, so just take everything I'm saying at face value. This guitar has no grounding issues. Now, another comment I want to address from my unboxing video, as I was trying my very best to point out a finish bubble and or blemish on this guitar, and a lot of you guys thought I was talking about the plastic on the pick guard. Guys, I remember yesterday, but I wasn't born then. I can't believe you guys thought that I was talking about the plastic that you peel off on the actual pick guard. I mean, come on now. Like, I've been doing this for almost 6 years. I would like to think that I have a little bit of an idea of what I'm talking about. But yeah, man, just to be sure, totally fine. But yeah, I wasn't talking about the bubble on the actual plastic. I'm talking about there's a little finish imperfection right here. See it right there? Yeah, there it is. See that like kind of bubble? I'll take a picture of it with my cell phone as well, and I'll put it in this video. But yeah, that's the only real QC issue I can see. And for a guitar that's $124, it's really not that big of a deal. It's so funny how Harley Benton guitars are kind of getting the most scrutinized anymore, but they're like so budget friendly. But yeah, dude, like for what it is, man, there's really nothing that I would ever really complain about. You know what I mean? Let's put it this way. If I had these problems with like a Squier or an Epiphone, I would not be disappointed in the slightest. So the fact that they're on a Harley Benton guitar, it's totally fine with me. Now, in terms of how this guitar sounds, I'm really not the biggest fan of how this guitar sounds. Yes, it has a lot of output. Yes, it has a lot of oomph behind it. Yes, it can do the medals and the chugs and the widdlies pretty well. However, I find that these pickups are a little too scratchy for me. It's the best way I could describe it. A little too like, a little too brittle, a little too high-end, a little, not hi-fi, that's not the right word, just a little too high-endy and a little too scratchy and scraggly, you know, technical terms here, right? But it really didn't have like a smooth, rounded off high end. It didn't really have like a nice warm mid-range. A little too kind of like brittle and kind of just like I said, man, just scratchy. It's the best way I could describe it. But a simple swap of some pickups, like some EMGs, or like my favorite bridge pickup at the moment is like Fluff's signature Fishman bridge pickup, because of how rolled off that high end is on that Fishman pickup. Yeah, I think that would be a great substitute for this guitar. So the pickups and the sound, not really my favorite, but you know, again, to be expected, budget friendly for sure. Now, in terms of playability, plays okay. The frets were a little, and still kind of are, still kind of scratchy. You need to polish them when you get yours. Harley Benton, at least I had to a little bit. And I could certainly do a little bit more of a better job making sure the frets were polished and stuff like that. The bridge was really, really out of whack. It was not intonated, and the action was super high, as well as the truss rod was, you know, all out of sorts. So I had to do a lot of TLC and setup with this guitar. I got it down in drop C with some 10 to 52s and got it to where it's like decent and playable. However, this is one of the most one of the guitars I've had to fight with the most in terms of setups right out of the box. And I'm not one for setups and sticklers and stuff like that. I kind of just like to play anything and everything because I'm not super picky. However, this guitar was kind of difficult to especially keep intonated and in tune. Intonation more than in tune, but yeah, the intonation and just the setup was super off, and it's still not perfect, and it kind of just, I think it would need a little bit more TLC and a little bit more attention to detail. So I just want to let you guys know that this guitar was not the most fun to set up out of the box. All that considered, $124 brand new, and this one was a B stock for $102. So that's beyond amazing, man. I think this guitar is playing way out of its price range. I mean, I think it looks really cool looking at camera too here. You can excuse all my fingerprints, but I've been playing this thing for a while. But like, it looks really, really sleek and looks the part. It looks metal, you know what I mean? Like, it does all of the aesthetics really, really well, you know what I mean? So I love that about this guitar for sure. And so the bottom line, I know a lot of you guys ask me, like, would you recommend this guitar? I would recommend this guitar if you're really budget conscious and or you want a beater guitar, a mod project, or just something that you really didn't have to, like, care about too much, if that makes any sense. Would I gig with this guitar? Maybe, but would I look elsewhere first? Absolutely. But if you're looking for something that is just for fun, something that's just like a starter guitar, something that you just, I don't know, just want to have for fun, you know what I mean? Like, this guitar is perfect. Like I said, it plays out of its price range. The guitars that I've had that are $100 prior to were, like, absolutely, like, unplayable, in my opinion. This guitar is certainly playable and certainly gets the job done. Like I said, it kind of plays like a Squier and Epiphone or something like that. It's the best way I can describe it. Another example I can think of off the top of my head is, like, the super entry-level Jacksons or, like, Dean guitars as well, or Ibanez. You know, like, that kind of price range. The $300 to, like, $600 guitars. So with that being said, man, I had a lot of fun making this video, and I had a lot of fun jamming with this guitar. I hope I did it justice, and I hope you guys had a good time just chilling with me, okay? So with that being said, what are your thoughts and opinions about my findings in this video? I'd love to hear from you guys. I can always learn and get better from you guys. And I would love to hear your thoughts and opinions on Harley Benton guitars themselves, because I'm brand new to Harley Benton. This is my first ever Harley Benton, and I'm always down to learn from you guys, alright? So with that being said, everybody, again, if you're brand new to my channel, be sure to subscribe. With that being said, I am out of here. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay metal. See you guys next time. Later.